Yo, what's up? Today is Friday. You know what I'm saying? Different day, same sweater, you feel me? I hope y'all enjoyed yesterday and was safe, you know. Today we got an interesting topic. Um, Big Pun knocked out Jay-Z with a bottle. I ain't gonna lie, shout out to Music Vibe, even though this is not his video, he definitely tapped him, you know, and that was very like heartwarming for me because he got 60K subs. So to see a page with only like 665 and he, you know, comments on my shit, that's definitely love. And all the people that have been commenting and liking and subscribing, I definitely appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. But I like these type of videos for the simple fact that it helps me, you know, learn shit I never knew, like a lot that I never knew. But without further ado, we're gonna get straight into this video.
A version of Ether. There's supposedly a line that Nas said, that he said, call yourself a gangster, but you were begging for pardon that night in Carbon when Terror Squad flipped on your squadron, try to front on their checks till Pun put a gun to your chest.
Pun, man. I always wanted to know, man. Is it true that Pun story hitting Jay with the bottle?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry. Yes, absolutely.
I think Jay-Z and Pun had beef in the club. And I think they hit Jay-Z with a bottle or something. Jay-Z was sleeping, whatever, in the back.
For instance, didn't tell you that.
No, imagine that. No, imagine that just over. Yo. What was the beef though?
For the past 24 years, people have been spreading the wildest rumors about that night in Carbon, and what really went down between the Rockefeller camp and the Terror Squad. The most famous rumor suggests that Big Pun hit Jay-Z on the head with a bottle of champagne and knocked him to the ground during a club fight. This video will shed light on that incident and is just one of the many stories that are part of the long-lasting feud, which will all be broken down in detail in the upcoming beef analysis. A lot of people confuse that night in Carbon with the meeting in Chicago, where Big Pun and Fat Joe approached Jay-Z on tour. That will be covered in a separate video. This one is only about the first incident, in which the Rockefeller camp and the Terror Squad clashed at a nightclub. And yes, it got physical on both occasions. The year is 1998. The Terror Squad is already well known in hip-hop. They grew a huge following and started performing live all around the US in different clubs and shows. At one point, the Rockefeller clique was supposed to perform together with the Terror Squad at an old nightclub called Carbon, 610 West 56th Street, New York, Manhattan. They redecorated and reopened the venue under the name Terminal 5, because it was closed by the Drug Enforcement Administration in 2003. It's a multi-level event site with 5 distinct room environments and a capacity of 3,000 people. There's a big hall with a stage on the ground floor where artists would perform, and multiple bars serving alcoholic beverages and snacks. On both sides you had the VIP sections on the upper floors. The Rockefeller clique and the Terror Squad had their own rooms and seats reserved upstairs, but separated from each other.
Memphis Bleak was there. The whole Rockefeller was there. You know, and it was love. It was all in the VIP. It was love. We was gonna wait till Jay-Z come out. I thought that was gonna be like a nice little, you know, come together.
That night, various artists were supposed to perform, including Big Pun, Fat Joe, Cuban Link, Memphis Bleak, and Jay-Z, who was booked by a Terror Squad associate for $15,000.
Because I'm not gonna lie, busting somebody in the head with a champagne bottle is crazy.
Might not seem like a lot of money to you, knowing how much rappers make these days for a single performance, and knowing how rich Jay-Z is today. But back then it was a lot of money for everybody, except Jay-Z of course, who always had relatively high booking fees. The whole Rockefeller army was there except for Jay-Z, who either left early on without performing or didn't show up at all. Cause Jay-Z never intended to perform that night. There was some type of misunderstanding during the negotiation process.
Jay-Z being there? I don't recall him being there. You know, I don't.
So how you get hit with a bottle?
I mean, I was by the bar anyway, so maybe he was there and he exited early. But I didn't see him in there, but he was supposed to perform.
The people who managed the club and the Terror Squad associate thought that he would perform there on stage for $15K. But it turns out that $15K was only his appearance fee. He expected more money to actually go on stage and rap. Felt like him just being there is already worth $15,000. And he wanted the money up front, but he never received it. Some people say he was actually in the club in a separate room sleeping, but that was never confirmed by anybody I consider a reliable source.
He definitely was about his bread. Son showed up and said, nah, I ain't get that 15K up front. Saying I only get my appearance. That's crazy. Who's ass nigga? Now we stop.
So everybody was waiting for Jay to come out and perform. It would have been a great way for both camps to come together and to strengthen their relationships.
Oh, I'm sorry to keep pausing. Is that why he got hit with a bottle? Because he did that? Like they felt like he did some fucked up shit?
But Jay wasn't there. The Rockefeller clique was in the VIP section partying on their own, and everyone else got mad at them for basically ruining the night. Cause they were all waiting. People stopped dancing and started getting bored, wondering when Jay-Z will finally come on stage.
For some reason, Jay-Z like end up like welching, not coming out or saying, yo, it's too little for money.
The Terror Squad associates who booked Jay then went to the Rockefeller team in the VIP section and spoke to Memphis Bleek. Asked him where his boss is and why he ain't performing. And then all of a sudden it turned into a heated argument.
Nah, where your
you know what
boss
happened
is
in that room?
crazy.
I know later on it was like Memphis Bleek and his people hit the nigga with a bottle on his head.
The associate got hit with a bottle of champagne by one of Jay-Z's people. He didn't see where it came from or who it was. Some say it was Memphis Bleek who hit him on the head when he was turning around. Others say it was just a regular street dude who surprised him from behind. So the guy from Terror Squad was now on the floor bleeding, and everybody from Jay's camp was laughing at him and enjoying themselves. The guy then stood up and ran to his homies in the other VIP section. The Terror Squad and their associates were chilling and having a good time. Nobody expected what was about to happen.
So now the Terror Squad associate comes and
Before he said that, you get hit with a... I ain't never been hit with a bottle. I don't never want to be hit with a bottle. You know, you gotta be in a crazy ass days. A nigga just hit you upside your... It's cause like, yo, the weight from a bottle, and them joints is hard to break. So a nigga just bing, hit you upside your head, you gonna have one of them fucking cartoon knots just like, nah, I ain't gonna. Yo, that's crazy. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Let me stop posing so much, but that's crazy.
he walks back to the VIP where we all at, bleeding. He said, yo, twin, they flipped on me. Once that happened, it was a wrap.
At least they had his
Big
back.
Pun pulled out a Rambo knife and him and his whole entourage stood up and attacked the Rockefeller clique. It all resulted in a huge brawl. Cuban Link was throwing bottles and glasses, and Pun used his weight to his advantage, tackling multiple people and knocking them to the ground. Some saw him hitting people with champagne bottles, and that's probably where the rumor about Jay came from.
We both in the VIP, so now we flipping on, you know, he pull out a Rambo knife. I'm on top of the bar flinging bottles, niggas is swinging, you know, RNS niggas is beating up niggas over there. So we just started just wilding because we seen that. We actually seen one of our people bleeding and them saying it was one of them. So at the end of the day, niggas went at it. Like me, Bun, everybody, we went at it with the Rockefeller niggas at the time. You know, at the time, it was, you know, niggas got beat up. Niggas got chased out of the fucking VIP and whatever. Jay-Z wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely didn't lose nothing that day.
So when did
Like
he
that.
get hit
Niggas
with
got
the
chased
bottle?
fuck out of it. Bleak was in there, and the whole like Rockefeller, the street niggas, and other artists. But I don't know, like Beanie and them. I don't know at that time if we was there or not. But I know we got busy. We got busy to the point that they all exited the side door and left, and some of us were still chasing shit.
There are some wild stories going around, like for example Jay-Z buying every drink at the bar so that the Terror Squad had nothing to drink, and them throwing bottles at him so that he had to leave the club. Or another rumor in which Jay allegedly ran around smacking people with a knot of money for fun, and then Pun getting mad at him and hitting him on the head with a Moet bottle. Noriega, another rap legend, confirmed this rumor when he appeared on...
I mean, when you think about it, like I said in one of my other videos, that's disrespectful to smack somebody with money. That's like disrespectful, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Do not let nobody smack you with money at all, bro.
Tax Stone's podcast, Tax Season, about 7 years ago.
Catch their hand or
Pun,
something.
man.
Yeah.
I always wanted to know, man. Is it true that Pun story hitting Jay with the bottle?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry. Yes, absolutely. I think they were beefing over who was closing. I don't remember, but I remember. I think Hove and them had brought like 80 niggas to the spot, and Slime and them was like 8 or 10 or maybe 12 deep, and the shit just took the fan. And from what I heard, because I wasn't there, Pun was football tackling all them niggas. Like Pun was tackling them niggas, and he was hitting niggas in the head with a bottle. From what I heard, and Joe and Jay still hasn't got over that. Rockefeller niggas was hitting niggas in the head with bottles too.
Yeah.
Them niggas was wildin'. Them niggas was out there wildin'.
But Nori wasn't there that night. He probably just heard rumors about it or had a conversation with one of the members of the Terror Squad, maybe even with Pun himself. Cause Pun and Nori were very close back then. Nori was featured on the song You Came Up off the album Capital Punishment. Even appeared in the music video. And Pun was on Nori's Banned from TV off his self-titled album the same year. It's one of
that project I like. Off that project I like. What's it called? Body in the Trunk with Nas. That's the song I like off that project.
the illest posse cuts ever.
Noriega.
It had Nature, Pun, Cameron, Jadakiss, Styles P, and of course Noriega on it. Crazy record. Even had a music video. And Pun had a line on there that people to this day use as confirmation for him hitting Jay-Z with a bottle during that club scuffle in Carbon.
Champagne on the rocks, pouring a Fort Knox Lazarus, shark salad with cabbage, pork chops and applesauce.
Champagne on the Rocks could be a double entendre, not only to reference Pun's favorite drink, an icy glass of champagne, but also rocks, as in people from Rockefeller. Hitting the Rockefeller clique with champagne bottles.
Yeah, definitely a double entendre.
At least that's what people have been speculating ever since that song dropped. It's worth to note that a line similar to this was used on his album Capital Punishment before the incident happened. So it's very unlikely that it was a jab at Rockefeller. And even if it was, it doesn't necessarily hint or indicate that it was Jay who got rocked with a bottle. But that's the rumor that spread all around the world. Even people close to Pun believed that it was true, like Nori for example. Even a decade and a half later, he was still convinced that it went down like that. Jay-Z actually called him after he did that podcast episode to correct him and to ask him to tell the story differently next time. Nori actually hung up on him because he thought somebody was prank calling him and making a Jay-Z impression. He thought the real Jay-Z wouldn't even worry about that. But then when he called the second time, he was convinced and asked Jay how he can fix it.
I was like, you can't care about this shit. And he was like, nah, I don't care. I care about you knowing. So I said, how do we fix this? He said, nah, we don't need to fix it. But if the interview ever comes up again, I locked the number in, I'm never using it.
Jay-Z actually addressed these rumors on record in the year 2007, when he appeared in the intro of True Life's mixtape True York.
For instance, if a nigga tell you that hoe got hit in the head with a bottle, either somebody lying to him or he lying to y'all.
Now, Jay-Z wasn't the only one who shut those rumors down. Big Pun's widow and his close friend Cuban Link, who was there that night, denied it in multiple interviews.
So this story, about Pun hitting him in the bottle, I don't know where it came from. I don't know why they keep bringing it up or keeping it alive. Because the truth was, it wasn't the truth. You know what I'm saying? If it was true, I'd be gladly say that, yeah, he hit him over the bottle and he knocked out her, but that's not the case.
People got it twisted with that. It was 2 altercations with Jay-Z. It was that one, the club in Carbons.
Yeah.
That was a whole different thing. That was, Jay-Z wasn't even there.
So Jay-Z's clique got chased out of the club all the way back to Brooklyn, and the beef was on. Rockefeller versus Terror Squad.
Damn. Definitely shout out to Hip Hop Universe. That's crazy. Son used his weight to knock everybody down. But that's what you gotta expect from a big person. They not gonna be swinging too much. You know what I'm saying? If you smaller than them, they definitely gonna grab you and just start trying to toss you everywhere. Pause. But definitely shout out to Jay-Z. Shout out to Noriega. Fuck with his music. Definitely. Big Pun too, Nas, Jadakiss. I fuck with those type of artists, definitely the greats. So Doggy Diamonds 2. But that being said, if you made it to this part of the video, comment a globe emoji. Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I'm not just saying this to say this. I really love y'all. We've been going up each and every day. I'm still kind of sick, still a little bit congested. Pause. I was about to say stuffed up. That's why I said pause, but congested. We've been going crazy. We've been really just doing our thing. Likes been going up. Y'all been warming my heart with the supportive comments. Soon we gonna start streaming. As promised, next month is the giveaway. The PSN code giveaway, and then when it comes into around like January, February-ish, I'm gonna do another giveaway for y'all, and then we gonna hold off on the giveaways until we get a little bit more supporters, so we can see what other people like and fuck with. And then once we hit 10K subs, that's when I'm gonna do like a gaming setup giveaway. Like, I don't cap about nothing I do. Like, nothing I do. I'm not these. No offense. I'm not these other YouTubers doing fake giveaways. Nothing I do on my channel will be fake, scripted. None of that shit. It's gonna be raw and real. Like, it's gonna feel like you're actually sitting here with me. Once again, like I said, love is love. I appreciate all the support. Keep hitting that sub button. If you made it to the end of this video, give yourself a pat on the back. Enjoy your Friday. You know what I'm saying? Be safe and enjoy your weekend. Catch y'all in the next video.